Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sports. I'm Mitch Gibson, alongside my co-host and our fearless leader of the GC radio and television program, Mr. Max Holtzclaw. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. As you can tell, I'm in my Pacers attire, ready for a lot of stress tonight. But as for now, I'm in a good state of mind. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm exactly in the same boat you are. It's like stressing, like the Pacers got to win. Like we can't do this. Like we've put in all this time and effort as a city.
Yeah.
Don't go let us down.
I know.
Right? Don't let us down. So, yeah, excited to see Game 6 tonight here in Indianapolis. Hopefully we can force a Game 7.
I agree. It's, a little bit more excitement in the city of Indy going on with that. So
you've been to a couple of the postseason games, haven't you?
Yeah,
How's that atmosphere?
It's been fun, and we're going to go tonight too, so
Okay.
it'll be a fun time.
Oh, boy. Good for you. Well, speaking of sports, let's actually get into some GC sports, specifically our spring sports. And a lot of you are probably wondering, Coach Gibson, what's going on with your hair? I'm not having a midlife crisis. It's because we had some good success and we won sectionals. We'll dive more into the baseball postseason and softball postseason as the show goes on. But wrapping up some spring sports, there was some individuals in track and field, golf, baseball, softball. A lot of our teams having some success, not just throughout the season, but also in the postseason as well. So I can't wait to bring an exciting show of some championships and some success here in the late half of the school season this year. So Max, why don't you go ahead and get us started here with women's track and field?
Okay, so we're going to start things off, like we said, with some women's track and field. Going through most of the highlights, a lot of things happening throughout the month of May, but we're just going to really try and hone in on the highlights from here. Starting off on May 7th, our team came in third at County. Evelyn Sheeney placed first in discus. We had some second-place finishes by Josie Kinnaman in the 1600, Addison Buckley in both the 100 and 300 hurdles, and our 4x1 relay team of Jalen Smith, Maddie Sonsini, Rachel Baker, and Chloe Gardner. At the same time, Addison Buckley set the school record in the 300 hurdles, so congrats to you, Addison. Afterwards, the individual champs at the Cougar Chase Invitational on May 9th were Addison Buckley in the 300 hurdles and our 4x2 relay team of Jalen Smith, Rachel Baker, Brooke McConnell, and Addison Buckley. Moving on a little bit further on, we did have an individual conference champion at the conference invite on May 13th, and that was in the 300 hurdles with Addison Buckley as well. Jumping forward into sectionals then, we did have a champion in sectionals, being Addison Buckley once again in the 300 hurdles. Some more people were able to participate in regionals later on. That was Maddie Sonsini was able to move on in high jump, Josie Kinnaman in the 1600, Abby Mallett at the high jump, and the 4x1 relay team of Chloe Gardner, Maddie Sonsini, Rachel Baker, and Jalen Smith. Afterwards, at the regional competition, Addison Buckley was able to qualify for the state competition by finishing fourth in the 300 hurdles and lowered her school record at the same time to 44.5 seconds. She did finish 14th in the state finals in the end. So a big season, especially for Addison Buckley. Congrats to you. Congrats to the rest of our women's track and field team as a whole. A lot of high-level competition, a lot of high-level names that it's going to be tough to replace, but we are very proud of what you were able to accomplish this year.
Absolutely. I loved how you used the, jumping forward like we're not talking about. love the good choice of words there. On the flip side, let's talk about men's track and field for a little bit here with some May highlights. The team finished second on May 7th. That was during the county tournament. Jordan Jones won the 400-meter dash and broke the school record by .1.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So congratulations, Jordan Jones. We talk about swimming back in the winter time. It's the records just continue to get broke, and just these kids, how they're developing, and the fierce competitiveness of them is cool to see records being broke, especially by very, very talented previous athletes.
Oh, absolutely.
Years prior to that. Vaughn Quigley also was the champion in county at the discus, and you're going to hear that name quite a few times as we go through this morning. And an all senior-led lineup, John Stuckey, Austin Kinser, Jordan Jones, and Jalen Stuckey in the 4x200. Won that at the Cougar Chase Invitational and also set a school record at 1 minute and 30 seconds, .16. They finished second place as a team at the conference tournament on May the 15th. Individual champs were Zach Blevins at discus, and then Bradley Streveler in the high jump. Sectional champions were led by Zach Blevins at discus once again. Other regional participants: Vaughn Quigley at discus, Jalen Stuckey at the 100-meter, Bryce Cotterman at the 1600, Jack Watt at 3200, and the 4x400 relay team. We got Garrett Jack, Everett Bishop, Will Irwine, and Jordan Jones. Peter Hummel in the 3,200, Bradley Streveler on the high jump, Austin Kinser 200, Jordan Jones at the 400, and the 4x100 relay team consisting of John Stuckey, Austin Kinser, Ian Irwin, and Jalen Stuckey. And Liam Taylor also in the pole vault. Von Quigley finished second at discus, and Bradley Streveler finished fourth at high jump at the regionals to qualify for state. And Von Quigley at the state tournament did finish 31st at discus in the state to complete the season there for the men's track and field.
Yeah, so a lot of names to kind of go over there. But again, a lot of great competition, a lot of great participants for our men's track and field team as well.
Sure, absolutely. Just to see the group of guys. I mean, I feel like you see Blevins' name not just in football, but also on the track on the track course quite a bit. So it's awesome to see multi-sport athlete names pop up. I think that's the biggest thing by doing this show is seeing multi-sport athlete names having success not just in one sport but also others as well here at GC.
Absolutely. And then kind of taking our way over to the next little sport, we went to the hard court with women's tennis. Of course, I help out with that team, so it was fun to see our girls participate very well this year. Very successful season overall. Some of the highlights from May, we were able to come away with a 3-2 victory over conference rival Shelbyville on May 6th. Tanessa O'Neill, the one doubles team of Cadence Ham, Anna McQueenie, and the two doubles team of Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart were able to get the wins that night. A tough 3-set loss came at two singles from Claire Davidson in a super tiebreak, losing that one 5-10 in the third super tiebreak. We were able to sweep Rushville and come away with a 4-1 victory over Frankton to conclude that 3-match week, so a good 3-match win for us that night. We did lose to Yorktown 2-3, but we had a number of matches that went 3 sets. Claire Davidson and Tanessa O'Neill were our winners on the night. Tanessa won in 3 sets. Some tough 3-set losses for our doubles teams in Cadence Ham and McQueenie and Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart. Afterwards, another conference rival on May 14th, we were able to sweep Pendleton Heights with a 5-0 win. The winners of the night were Kate Gilkison, Claire Davidson, Tanessa O'Neill, the one doubles pairing of Cadence Ham and Anna McQueenie, and the two doubles pairing of Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart. Against New Pal, it was an unfortunate loss, but again, a couple of tight 3-set losses could have gone either way on that one. An 0-5 loss could have easily been a 3-2 win with Kate Gilkison, Cadence Ham and Anna McQueenie, and Lauren Page and Lucy Stewart all losing in 3 sets, but a big improvement from where we've been last year with those kinds of matches. We did draw Mount Vernon in the first round. Mount Vernon was ranked in the top 25 all season long, and they proved their dominance against us. And they were able to beat us 5-0 in the first round of sectionals after what happened to be a 3-day sectional, being 3 days to try and get that across because of rain and then some more rain, and then we finally had to finish it up the Friday of that week. So it was a good time of just driving there every single day.
It's a little difficult. And a little bit difficult, too, in the mindset of the girls, right? You think about them trying to put their mindset ready to go 3 days in a row. It's like, okay, we're going to play today. We're going to play today. They're excited, and the next thing you know, lightning. Now we're waiting 31 minutes. And another lightning strike. So it's just that trickle-down effect that doesn't stop. So I get that.
But in the end, good season for our team. We finished 10-9, which was an improvement over 8-10 last year. And then we won one more match in conference, finishing 3-4 compared to 2-5. Also, a little bit of postseason recognition for Kate Gilkison. As a sophomore, she was able to earn all-district and all-state honorable mention honors for the second year in a row. So congrats to you, Kate.
Absolutely. Go, Kate. That's big. That's big time. You said just a sophomore too, right?
Yep, just a sophomore,
Incredible.
and she's already performing very well. So, unfortunately, losing 3 key seniors in the lineup, so it's going to be a bummer to see them leave. But the rest of our lineup were sophomores and freshmen, so a very young squad heading forward.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and switch it back over to the greener grass.
Yes.
We'll go to men's golf. On the other side of things, we're going to go through some May highlights here. On May 6th, they had a match against Triton Central and Indy Genesis, where the season team low of 164, which was amazing. Indy Genesis was 168. Triton Central was 178 points. So congratulations there for the season low for the team. Avery Young carded a 39, Corbin Elliott at a 41, Andrew Munden at a 42, and McCoy Wilson at 42. Avery Young earned all county honors by shooting a 37 at the county tournament on May 7th. That's huge. Big time. Good stuff there, Avery. Young also earned all conference honors by shooting an 80 at the conference tournament on May 17th. As a team, they defeated Warren Central 172 to 187 on May 27th. Avery Young again leading the punch there, 41, and McCoy Wilson, 42, led the way for the Cougars. We defeated the Greenwood Woodsmen on May 29th, defeated 164 to 164 in a tiebreaker fashion on May 29th. Avery carded a 1-under, 35. Tiebreaker was decided based off of fifth player's score, where Andrew Munden's 44 was the difference.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
to see.
incredible.
Yeah.
You don't see that very, very often
Right.
in golf, especially where it's like, okay, we're going to go into sudden death here, or we got a tiebreaker, and they take I think what they do is they only take, the first three?
The top
or top
four,
four,
yeah, the
top
top
four
four.
scores, or what place to get that team score. So to be able to be the fifth guy there and think your score maybe really doesn't matter,
Right.
that's why it really, truly does come down to the wire there. So
Right.
congratulations, Andrew, and way to compete there, brother. On the June 2nd, they finished second at the New Palestine Invite at Hawksdale, scored a season best of a 317, one stroke behind New Pal for the win. Avery Young shot a 75, Corbin Elliott 77, and Trevor Smith with an 80 led the charge there for the Cougars, which is awesome. I mean, 75, 77 for our 1-2 people, 1-2
Right.
punch there.
That's awesome.
Corbin, you did all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little shout out there. Sectionals on June 10th, the team finished fifth. Avery Young advanced to the as an individual with a 73 to be top individual, not advancing with the team. Avery fell in the regionals with a 79 to finish off his season. But all the way around, great numbers, good scores.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a pretty good successful season, and good to see somebody be able to at least advance out on an individual in the regional
Right.
championship.
No, I mean, Avery did a great job. His brother Tyler, the previous year, also has done some great work. So Avery headed off to Franklin to continue his golfing career. So that'll be good to see. What are you shooting nowadays in 18 holes?
It depends on if I have to hit a mulligan or not.
Right.
If I have to hit a mulligan or not, or if I am stuck in a little bit of weeds and I have to kick it out with a little
Sure,
the foot wedge they
Right,
call that.
right.
I'm probably in the low 90s, if I must admit. On a good day, if the blood's flowing the right way, we might be at 85, 86, but nothing better than that.
That's what the summer is there for.
I know. I need to get out. Speaking of that, it makes me want to go get out on the course
Yeah.
this weekend and try to work on my game. So next time you ask me that question, I don't sound so embarrassed. So what are you shooting then, there, big cat?
Probably about mid to high 80s. So
Okay.
these guys would probably be beating us at the moment.
And my sister always beats me too.
Yeah,
so
I
I don't
know.
even like. It's almost discouraging to go golfing with my family anymore because Caroline's there. It's like I don't want to golf.
No, I get that. It's tough.
I'm gonna go start throwing her clubs in the water. That's the only way I'm gonna beat somebody.
Got to work on continue working on that from there on.
Absolutely.
Well-
Let's talk about our buddy Gary and the women's softball.
Gary Roberts did a great job with that softball team this year. Looking over at the May highlights, some of the things that kind of went through. Start things off on May 2nd. They were able to beat county rival Mount Vernon 13-4. Josie White, IU bound, led the charge, going 6 for 6 with 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Now, a bulk of games kind of coming through in here. We're going to go through those pretty quickly. We were able to beat Newcastle, conference rival, 14-1 on May 6th. Able to beat Delta 16-3 on May 9th. Beat Pendleton 4-3 on May 14th. That's a big one to look back on as we kind of continue on in this list of names here. They were able to win the Cougar Classic on May 17th, and then beat Shelbyville, another conference opponent, 13-8 on May 19th. In the end, the team finished the regular season on a 7-game winning streak. So a huge run of things to really get going into the postseason run of play. In the sectional semifinal, we're going to jump ahead into that semifinal round. They were able to beat Pendleton 8-7 after being down 7 after 2 innings. So a big comeback in store for them. With 2 outs in the 7th and bases loaded, Cougars forced a ground out right to the pitcher to win the game with their best hitter out for Pendleton. So that was a big out there. And in the end, we were able to beat Anderson 21-0 to win sectionals for the first title since 2017. So congrats, Gary. Congrats to the rest of the girls. Big win there. Huge for our program. We love to see that kind of stuff. Turning around following week, we were able to beat Lawrence North 23-3 to win regionals for their first title since 2017 as well. In the process, Savannah Ryle broke the home run record for home runs in the season, getting 15 in the end.
The most wild thing, real quick, to think about that is she hit a handful of those with a walking boot
Oh, yeah?
on her foot because she had hurt her ankle or whatever.
Right.
So it would have been amazing to see how many more she may have had if she didn't get a little bit injured there in the middle of the season. So that's impressive. It was actually for baseball players to go watch softball games. It's kind of that
Right.
kind of boring, but they were fun to go watch.
Yeah.
Like at any point in the time, anybody in the lineup could hit one over the fence, and
Yeah.
and she was one that just powered through it and had some adversity and stayed the course. So.
Well, we were able to broadcast that regional game, and we were just talking through it. It was everyone in that lineup got a base hit that night. It was just everyone was smacking it to the fence, whatever else, too. So it was fun to see. And obviously, like you said, Savannah was able to do that, a junior as well. So she's coming back to possibly better her home run record next year even.
Somebody almost hit Charlie Cougar statue
Yeah.
there in the end zone of the football stadium. That
Yeah.
was smoked whoever hit that. But yeah, fun round, and good job both to Gary and Savannah.
Unfortunately, in the end, our girls team did lose to the number 9 ranked team in the state, Floyd Central, 6-1 in the semi-state semifinal. Again, some postseason recognition for some of our girls, all conference recognition for Savannah Ryle, Josie White, Kristen Weininger, and Charlotte Ryle. Savannah Ryle also received an all-state first team nod and an academic first team for our girls in Addie Heron and Allison Hornaday. The team finished 19-8 on the year, so an outstanding record, 5-2 in conference play, finishing third behind New Pal and Yorktown in the end. So congrats to the girls. Excellent season overall. Mitch, I know you were obviously there for a lot of games because you and the baseball guys really developed a close bond with the team this year. So that was awesome to see when you guys kind of showed up as well for that regional round and everything else too.
Sure, and I think that's just part of what we're trying to which Gary and I aren't just trying to do for our teams, but to try to set this standard for all of our sports here at GC. No matter if it's tennis, hockey, soccer. I don't even think we have hockey.
Yeah.
Soccer, volleyball, basketball, football. You know, we can't forget that we're all in this together. Whether that's training, working out, lifting. I know we did a lot of things this off season with the softball team in the weight room as far as development wise and strength and condition and agility training. So it's cool to build a bond with Coach Gary and kind of bounce ideas off of each other as far as some strategy stuff, things that he works on with his girls. They hit the ball a heck of a lot better than our baseball team does, I must say. So trying to learn some things from him. He's been around the game for quite a while, and he's a wealth of knowledge and been a pretty funny dude as well. So
absolutely.
Great to see the bond. Hopefully it continues to trickle off to other sports and we start being able to support everybody in this high school rather than just a couple sports teams. We're all here together. Let's all develop and let's all go try to be as competitive as possible in the field, which translates over now to jumping into some of the baseball highlights. Baseball highlights are going to be fun, but nothing like this baseball highlight in the hair, right? That's good news because my hair being blonde is because I told the boys if we win sectional title, I will blonde. I bleach my hair.
Right.
And we did. We
Came
accomplished
through in
that.
the end, yeah.
So I will gladly bleach my hair for a couple of weeks. I'm actually probably going to go get it dyed back today. It's starting to look horrendous. Hopefully I'll send Max a picture of what it looked like the first week of having it bleached, and it was actually kind of a cool color. I was riding with a little bit. And now 20 showers and tons of hair product later. Now it's starting to fade and get this yellow, nasty color. So I apologize that you've got to endure this pain, but it was all for a great purpose and great reasoning. So I'm very, very happy with the way the season went for us. Beginning in May, we I think all cylinders started to run. We got to play at Victory Field, which was awesome. One of 4 teams that got to play at Victory Field. I think BSN Sports is the organization that helped facilitate that. And selected us to play Perry Meridian. Carmel and Avon played after us in the second half of that, the 2-game series that night. So it was very fun for the kids to experience, not only just getting to step on Victory Field, but also walking it off. For us to be able to beat Perry 2-1 on a walk-off at the game. At the end of the game there was a bang-bang play at first base. Ty went to the runner, and we got a run score right there at home, right after that ball went into the first baseman's mitt. So it's pretty cool to be able to walk off and kind of see that, hey, just because the game, just because we're maybe getting beat or it's a tie ball game, we're getting late in the game, does not mean that we can't compete and fight to the last second. And we were able to walk off 4 or 5 games this year because of the resiliency and the guys not giving up. And I think that goes hand in hand to the off-season workouts, right? Getting in the weight room, pushing everybody, getting up 6 a.m., just mentally preparing yourself for the day after a hard workout's kind of tough. And I think that really helped us not only just finish some ball games and when we're down, but also gave us some success there in the postseason. We beat Pendleton Heights twice in May. That was an awesome sweep. That was on May 6th. We beat them twice, 6-5, and then 4-1 on May 7th. May 6th was after another walk-off. I think you guys had that.
We were broadcasting
I think you guys
that
were
from 9-Star, yeah.
I still go back and watch that clip and be like, how did we just pull that off? And we weren't playing good baseball early in the game, and we had a pinch hitter there in the 6th inning. Ended up scoring a run that playing some small ball and us staying the course and not giving up again. So to be able to walk off that first game of the series was huge. To then go back to travel to Pendleton the next day and beat them the second game of the conference was awesome. We split a series on May 14th with Mount Vernon, 2-5 loss, and then a 4-1 win on May 15th. Again, that was one of those rain back situations. We had to come back on a Monday to finish 10 minutes of baseball. So we drove just as far to play an inning and actually gave ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game and just couldn't pull through. Dropped 2 to Shelbyville, 2-4, and then 2-5 on the 21st and 22nd of May. We won't talk too much about that one. We beat Muncie Central in sectionals in the sectional opener 5-0. After a tough split with Mount Vernon, didn't really play the best baseball. We came out all cylinders firing. Parker Rhodes threw a heck of a game. Going the full distance, helping us beat Mount Vernon 7-1. So that was a breath of fresh air as well. Freshman Brady Martin coming in to put the hammer down, who's been Mr. Resilient, you could guarantee that he's going to go out and execute for you all year. So that was a breath of fresh air to see Brady get some time. He really was beneficial and helpful to the team all throughout the season. And then Then that following Monday in the sectional championship, we got to face our fearless team again.
Rival, tough competition.
Again, right after you look as a coach, you see that you beat a team 2 times in the regular season in conference play, and you got to play them again. There's just something about a gut feeling that sometimes gives you the heebie-jeebies because you hope for the best, right? But you know that a team that's gotten beat 2 times, just like if I was a team that got beat by Pendleton twice, the chip on the shoulder is going to be a little bit more heavy, and Pendleton's going to have a target on their back. So for us to be able to stay resilient, Parker Rhodes to help come in and finish that ball game. Gavin Marcus started the game off for us. Was experiencing some back soreness throughout the postseason, but was able to get us 5 innings, bringing in Brady Martin again, and then Parker Rhodes, after 3 days of rest, of throwing 103 pitches, came to me before the game and was, Coach, I want to close this game out if I give ourselves a chance. So we get to the 6th inning, and 1 out in the 6th inning, and Parker's ready to go down the bullpen, get warmed up, and he told me he was ready to go in. So to have him come in and have 93 to 95, 96 right after a freshman arm was pretty intimidating and really helped us seal the deal.
First career save too, right?
It was first career save on a 4-1 win season for the kid, who has had a phenomenal senior season, has given himself a really good chance here in the next couple of weeks to potentially get drafted. And then our season came to an end after our sectional title versus Pendleton Heights, first one I think since 2019.
Yeah.
So very, very excited about that and glad to get that achieved there in our second season.
Absolutely, yeah.
Here at Greenfield. And then we fell short just short of North Central, lost 6-3 to them in the regional championship game for the title. North Central went on to win that and then getting beat in the next round, which made me feel a little bit better. The team that beat us didn't survive any longer than that. We beat North Central earlier in the year 6-1.
Right.
But again, this game of baseball, you show up one day, beat the tar off of somebody, you show up the next day, they beat the tar off of you. It's just the game, and that's how it was.
Yeah, you talked about that chip on the shoulder, too. I mean, it's the same exact thing with North Central coming in, knowing that they had lost to you guys, and I'm sure they had that chip on the shoulder going into that.
Absolutely, they did. So we had a couple of all-conference postseason awards here. All-conference honors for both Parker Rhodes and Xander Cobb. That's Xander's second year in a row for all-conference, so congratulations, Xander. He's headed to Franklin. And then off-conference honors for Parker Rhodes, who is headed to Mississippi State if the draft does not take over for him. And fingers crossed that does happen, because we obviously want nothing more than to see Parker's success and to see another draft pick get put on that board. It would be amazing. Means something good is happening here at GC, and we are doing good things. On top of that, Parker was also selected as a Indiana All-Star this year, so he'll be participating in the All-Star game on June 28th. As a pitcher for the South team. So congratulations, Parker Rhodes, for that. And excited to see what the future has for all of you guys. Seniors were phenomenal. It was great to see all the seniors continue to push through some adversity this year, and also just show what the standard is and what leadership is.
Yeah.
And that really means a lot to me. So kudos to you guys. We finished our year up 15-15, right at 500, 8-6 in the conference after dropping a couple due to some sickness and some injured players. But there's no excuse for that. So next year, hopefully, we can increase a little bit more on the win column, but overall, very happy with the season. At the end of the day, it's about how you finish, not about what the record looks like. So we'll take it.
Right, and I mean, in the end, another good squad, another good team, another good showing. Tough conference. I mean,
Very tough.
Pendleton's a good squad. New Pal is obviously a very good squad.
Always.
Shelbyville is
They've got a couple.
great baseball program there too. So I mean, and then Mount Vernon's obviously taken strides and gotten better this year too. So
100%.
those are some of the tougher competition names. And then it's just, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Doesn't matter what sport it is. Hoosier Heritage Conference. It's
tough.
It's tough baseball. Or it's tough sports all around.
I agree. And it's one of those things too. It's like you don't look forward to what next. You know, once you finish the season, it's like, okay, that season's done. What's next, right? The great news is I think a lot of our sports teams were young anyways. I know we have a very young roster. We have a very young squad, so to know that majority of our guys got to experience a sectional title, got to experience what sometimes getting your teeth kicked in. Some people getting opportunities in really tough situations. So if it does anything, it just builds them up. It helps them and prepares them for the next season. So I'm excited to see what next year has in store, and we've got awards to finish on Monday. I think you guys may have already had your guys' awards as well.
We did, yes.
So getting that wrapped up is kind of that last final cherry on the top. Celebrate these seniors, celebrate this team. Team 56 is what it was. So be able to celebrate Team 56 one more time before they're just they're a dust in the past. I'm just kidding, guys. I will always remember Team 56, and I told them that. Very, very exciting year.
Yeah, so overall, as a whole, it was great to see our Cougar Sports in action. From fall to winter to spring, I mean, we had a very successful year, I'd say, and I think as a whole, we saw it with this podcast throughout the entire year. I think this was 10 episodes that we got in for this. So a good 10 episodes of Cougar Sports here. Good to see all that kind of stuff. Looking back on it as a whole, we want to obviously thank our seniors for all the contributions they were able to do throughout 100%. The entire year, whether that was football, volleyball, swimming, track, tennis, baseball, softball, whatever's the case. It was great to see all that in motion, all that in action, and best of luck to you guys heading forward and coming back for the 2025-2026 school year. Looking forward to another great year of Cougar Sports.
Absolutely. And those seniors and everybody that has graduated, if you're alumni watching this, or if you're a senior that's just waiting to see if your name gets called, because I know that's kind of a cool thing. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget your coaches. Don't forget your teachers. Your friends here at school, because there's always ways to give back, right? Whether that's coming and helping coach, just like I think Luke Sitzman's doing this year with you guys, right? Coming back and helping coach, because if it wasn't for coaches, we wouldn't be in our positions of being coaches nowadays as well. So always give back and remember where you came from. Go rule the world and go have some success no matter what it is that you're doing in life. So exciting.
Any final words, any final thoughts? I mean, summertime's here for you finally. You get a little bit of a downtime. What's your summertime plan going to look like?
Summertime plan, well, Kaylee and I are actually going to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico on June 28th. So we're going to go do that for about a week, get on vacation. But I'm going to work. I'm going to relax and work. Being a coach does take some time and effort, energy throughout the day, because it's an everyday thing for about 2.5 straight months. Yeah. So to be able to get caught up on work, go take some vacation, relax, reset the brain, spend time with family, kids, and get back to work, because school year will start before we know it. Next thing you know, we'll be into fall workouts, and it'll be spring, and we'll be talking about this podcast again. So
absolutely.
Be quicker we know it. Nope. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it. I mean, summertime's here, so get some rest for all you athletes. Looking forward to the fall sports coming around. Once middle of August really comes around, we'll be back in action then, probably by the end of August. We'll maybe September, something along those lines. Just depends on what all is going through. But we're looking forward to the upcoming seasons, the upcoming workouts, the upcoming new coaches are in action too. So it'll be fun to see where our Cougar Sports are at for this upcoming school year. Absolutely.
Well, for everybody that took the time to listen and watch this show and this episode today, we appreciate you. We appreciate your support in GC Athletics this past season. We hope and look forward to having your continued support. There's a little shameless plug. I know there's Sports and Spirits coming out. There's the event for the Athletic Boosters Club, so go take a look at that. GC Cougars Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm sure there's information that you can find to come help support and contribute to the success here with Greenfield Central Athletics. So for myself, Max Holtzclaw, we've got our fearless director back behind there. Go ahead and hit camera number 4. We appreciate you for all of your time and effort and energy today. We hope you guys have a great rest of your summer. We'll talk to you soon. Hopefully see you in the next couple of months. And always remember, you can make a difference. We'll talk to you next time on Let's Talk Sports.